Any day now, union workers will learn their fate. The Supreme Court is expected to weigh in on Janus versus AFSCME, a monumental case about mandatory government union fees. It started with just one state worker here in Illinois, but the impact could be massive. WCIA3's Raquel Martin is live in our Capitol newsroom. And Raquel, you spoke with a teacher. How will this impact schools and how they work?
Aaron, well, he tells me if the Supreme Court doesn't side with AFSCME, he fears that his union, the Illinois Education Association, will suffer the consequences. It's one of the largest education unions outside of Chicago. And he says if less people are paying their dues, he feels like his voice as a worker will be diminished. And he thinks that that problem could trickle down to students. Neil Calderon has been a teacher for 16 years in Illinois. He says the thought of Janus winning is a scary one given the state's difficulty to even fund education. Janus, the state worker arguing against unions in this case, believes mandatory union fees for non-members is unconstitutional. He believes that money is unfairly being used for political speech he doesn't support. It's the reason why Governor Rauner and big corporations have rallied behind him. Right now, many union workers are hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst.
This will be a challenge, but we're teachers, we're used to challenges, and ultimately what people like Bruce Rauner, who are pushing this push this lawsuit and push this issue, have underestimated is that teachers, we like a challenge, and we'll take this challenge on and it'll make us a stronger union overall.
Oral arguments for this case were given back in February. This week was the first time we could have heard the Supreme Court's opinion, but they were not released. So a bit of a nail-biter, a bit of a waiting game right now. We're expected to maybe hear it Monday, maybe hear it Thursday. Most of the justices on the Supreme Court have given a hint at which way they may be leaning, and things aren't looking too good for state workers, or union workers, I should say, but it could be left up to one justice, the newest one, Neil Gorsuch. So we'll have to wait and see how this unravels in the next coming week. For now, live in the Capitol newsroom, Raquel Martin, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, we know you'll stay on this for us, Raquel. Thank you. Now, the National Education Association represents 3.2 million teachers and school workers, 135,000 here in Illinois. 70% of teachers across the country belong to a union.